Billy found me in the library at lunchtime. It took me a while to realize he was there. I'd been thinking about a time when I was small, maybe 6 or 7, something like that, when my parents had some friends who had kids the same age as me. We were having a picnic all together down in the gypsy field, which sounds mad, but on a sunny day it could be quite nice. There were a few places where the fold of the ground meant you couldn't see any houses, and with the sound of the beck running in the background, it almost felt like you were in the real countryside. We had ham sandwiches and sausage rolls and jam fritters, which were just jam sandwiches deep fried in batter, but I loved them. I played in the beck with the other children. We had on jelly shoes to guard against the broken glass and rusty wire, and we waded in the brown water while our parents drank beer and wine and got red faces in the sun. There was a girl called Bethany who had the curliest hair you ever saw, and I remember holding her hand while she balanced on an old fridge that was thrown away in the beck. And the other children made fun of us for holding hands. But I didn't mind because I liked Bethany and her curly hair. I think I was reaching out my hand to touch Bethany's curly hair when Billy sat himself down heavily opposite me, filling the space I wanted to gaze into. "I was looking for you," he said in a heavy whisper, although there was no one else in the library. "You found me." It was hard being unfriendly to Billy, but hard is what I'd become. "Kirk told me." "Told you what?" I made my voice as empty as I could. My eyes avoided his. "What he did." "What makes you think I care what Kirk did? Not just did, what he did to you." "Kirk didn't do anything to me." "You think?" "Kirk's nothing to me. None of you are. You don't fool me. I saw what happened at break. You tried to hide it, but I saw." "Don't know what you're talking about." "Out there, I saw you stop Ross. He was going to do something terrible, and you stopped him." "I just warned him that Boyle was coming." "No, that wasn't it. I was watching him. You stopped him first, then you saw Boyle. Boyle was just an excuse." "You don't know what you're talking about. Why should I care if Roth pissed on Shane, or any of you?" "Will you listen to me? I know you're not like this. We were together just now in the dining hall. We were all a bit shocked, because of Shane, and Kirk was talking the way he does, and he said that he saw you at the Odeon, waiting for Maddie. He said it was why you'd gone over to that lot of thugs." "I'm not listening to this." "You are listening. You've got to listen." "He was taking the piss, saying what a loser you are. He said that's why you turned against us. That's why you became one of them, one of the shits, just because Maddie stood you up. He said that you'd shown what you were really like, said we never should have let you in. And all that time, Maddie had this look on her face like, what are you talking about? Then she said she'd never stood you up, that she couldn't have because she didn't even realize that you had a date." "I'm not saying we did." "But that's what you thought, isn't it? That's why you were waiting at the Odeon." I said nothing, but I couldn't stop the shame from showing. "Well, she hadn't understood. Whatever, I don't know, but I'm telling you, she wasn't faking. She didn't stand you up, and it was news to her that you two had a date. So then Kirk said that you were psycho, and had imagined the whole thing, and that anyway, Maddie was out of your league." "Yeah, well, thanks, Billy. That really cheered me up. Is that why you came here? Mission accomplished. Now get lost." "I haven't finished yet. Because then, a little year 9 girl of his, Lucy, I think her name is, showed up with a plate of plain boiled rice, 'cause that's all she eats. She sort of blurted out what Kirk said about Shane and Maddie screwing, and Kirk tried to shut her up. Then they had a row, and she said he was always going on about Maddie, and if she was so wonderful, why didn't he go out with her? And he said, yeah, why not? So she stormed off, leaving her rice behind. But we'd twigged by then. It was all Kirk. He said it out of spite. I don't even know what you're saying, and I don't care. Listen to me. Kirk was lying that he said that Maddie and Shane were together. I mean, together like that. They aren't. They could never be. What do you mean? How could you not know? Know what? Shane. Maddie. Couldn't happen. Of course it could. I've seen her look at him. Kirk's right. I was stupid to think. Just get lost, will you, Billy? I've got stuff to do. He's gay. What? Shane's gay. Then came a sort of silence that pounds in your ears. And then I laughed. And then I cursed. And then I said, "You're taking the piss." Yeah, you know what this school is like. Do you think I'd joke about it? Imagine being gay here. Imagine what would happen to you if it got out. Imagine what that does to you inside. Maddie's got a brother who... Well, that's for her to tell you. Anyway, she understood better than anyone. She was a shoulder for him to cry on. And maybe she felt things for him, I don't know, but... would be a bit weird if you asked me, but that's not the point. So what is the point? Everything Billy had said made a kind of sense. And maybe it should have cheered me up, but it didn't. I was too confused, too heartsick. I didn't know what to think about Shane being gay. It made me feel queasy, embarrassed. It made me think in a different way about things he'd said and done. I know it shouldn't, but it did. And the knowledge that Maddie hadn't deliberately stood me up got lost in the fact that she hadn't noticed me enough to realize that I'd asked her out. There was too much that I blanked it out, made it go away. The point, said Billy, almost shouting now, arms waving around for emphasis. The point is that you don't have to get mixed up in all that bullshit after school. The stupid fight, acting like Russ' right-hand man. We can just forget about the past couple of days and get on with life. And you never know, you and Maddie, shut up about Maddie. I was surprised at myself with the concentrated spite in my voice. Okay, whatever. It's too late. It's never too late. Everything's in place. So what? Just don't go. You don't understand. Damn right I don't understand. Go away, Billy. Go away and play your silly games. Pretend that your lives are interesting. Pretend that you're special. Pretend that there's some great tragic drama that you're part of. You lot are pathetic. You think you're better than everyone else. You think you've got more depth, but you're not deep. You're stupid. You don't get it. Don't get how the world works. You read books and you talk about them, but you never see what's around you. Will Roth does. He sees everything. And you're not even much good at being a freak. You're too fat and you laugh too much. And then, smiling Billy's round face, so wrong for a freak, so right for a clown, suddenly looked gaunt, and it was as if I was seeing through the flesh to the skull beneath. He got up slowly like an old man, and I felt sorry for what I'd done. Look, Billy, I said, I appreciate you coming here saying what you said, but things are different now, and that's all there is to it. Anyway, how's Shane? When he answered, his voice was empty. Maddie called him. A couple of stitches. He'll be back in school in no time. And then he was gone, his boat swaying its way into the corridor like an old-time sailing ship, leaving a small harbor.